confidence, speed, good moves, good blocks. Exciting touchdown.
The Seahawks are in shape now to return the kick.
Just past the 20, we'll mark it at the 22-yard line. The Seahawks just gave up some big turnover points. Let's see if they can hold on to the football this time, Phil, because we know how crucial it is. We talked to the coaches about it this week. This was their concern with this team.
Well, if you want to stay on the field, you better quit turning it over, right, Jim? That's what the coaches, look, you make mistakes on the field, they're going to be forgiving to a point, but you got to be smart, you got to be efficient and get the job done.
On that short throw. Graham's a tight end, but now shifted into the backfield. He'll throw it over the middle. Looks but can't connect on the short throw.
Well, we still got a close game here, and you got to try to keep it that way. It's 3rd and long, and you're losing a football game. Don't take a chance on the offensive side. Wait for your next opportunity.
The Seahawks come to the line. First down marker is at the 32.
He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down. That timeout by the offense. Going for it on 4th down.
Wilson from the shotgun. Jumps high and comes down with it. The Cowboys defense has to be demoralized by that 4th down conversion allowed.
I think anytime on the defensive side when you give up a 4th down conversion, it is heartbreaking, and it has to be heartbreaking for the defense right now.
First down on the way. Russell Wilson will take it from the gun. Gets it out for the completion. Tackled right around midfield.
What's the old expression? Just move the chains. That's what they did with that throw and catch that time, Tim. But also gives them a chance for 3 more downs.
First down here. The Seahawks still driving as the 2nd quarter gets underway. The Cowboys with a nickel look here on defense. And the 2nd quarter is underway with this snap. Comes down with the defender tips it out.
Well, sometimes when you have a talented receiver, you just got to put up with plays like that. He might drop a few, but when he does catch it, they can make a big play.
Wilson's going to take it from the gun. Pulls it in. The tackle's made, and the first down is picked up.
When you run the slant route, it's very important to know as a receiver that you're going to catch that football probably in between some linebackers.
The Seahawks come out with a split backfield. He's wide open for the grab. Gains 16. First and 10. Lynch is going to take the handoff now. That's a gain of 10.
The best way to keep the other offense on the sidelines is just keep marching down the field and picking up those first downs. What a good job by the offense.
About to snap it for the 9th play of the drive.
The Cowboys defense now is going to go nickel.
First and 10.
And Marshawn Lynch, the ball is fumbled. Seattle is in for the score. Touchdown. Still early in the second quarter, and they've tied it up with that touchdown.
Really good job, Jim, by the offense, finding a way to tie this score up. And now they can put the pressure on the defense to go out there and give them that football once again in good position.
Stephen Hauschka ready for the kickoff.
Tackled just past the 20. We'll mark it at the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys come out for the next possession, having reached the end zone on each of their 2 previous drives.
Yeah, it's been good stuff to watch, no doubt. You know, the offensive side, the offensive coordinator is right in tune with the quarterback. They're calling exactly the plays that need to be called because of the situations, and the quarterback has been hot throwing the football.
The Cowboys from the 22 will go ground. Off the right side, McFadden. He's now past the 100-yard mark on the day. The Cowboys are tied up in what's been a fun game up to this point, partner. McFadden's really been a handful, and he's a key reason why it's so tight.
Yeah, it is. You know, I'm going to give the offensive line some credit. Anytime you run the football and you run it like this and pick up these kind of yards, you know, you got to give credit to the offensive line. The play caller for sticking with it. And, of course, the running back, he's having an awesome day.
Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
Well, everybody talks about the pass in the NFL. When it's 3rd and short, you got to man up and be tough and strong. Nice job that time by the offensive line. They let the running back get in there and pick up the first down.
First down following the long play.
Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the receivers by giving him hand signals.
And he comes down. No, the defender tips it out.
Sometimes when you have a player with this kind of talent, you're willing to put up with a few drop passes because when he catches it, he has a chance of going all the way.
Let's go. Second down and 10. Handoff out of the I formation. Right there to make the tackle.
Well, all we hear about this running back is, he gets outside. It's all about his speed. Well, not that time. It was about his power. Good job of just running through that tackle.
It'll be 3rd down. Double tight end formation.
Takes another handoff. And he's taken down, but not until he picks up the first.
McFadden's able to get it done that time. Why? Because he has the power and the will to make it happen. 3rd short, he just gets it done with sheer willpower.
First down and 10.
Ball is out.
Recovery by the offense.
Nice job by the offense that time, even though they fumbled the football, quick enough and smart enough to get on it right away. The best way to get more plays in before the end of the first half, go the hurry-up offense. Nice job by the coach. We'll see if the quarterback can make it work. That's an excellent job by the defense. Just gets quick penetration in there, hits the quarterback, and gets the sack. That clock keeps moving. What a job by the defense in this situation.
down the field. He caught it.
Still the prettiest play in the NFL, the long arching pass down the field, and watching a speedy receiver run right under it. What a throw, what a catch.
This play set up by the long gainer. Stands in the pocket, and there's Witten. Gains 18. The Cowboys signal for the timeout, and that's the first one they've used. That is play number 10 on this drive. First down here after the completion. Runs it across. Touchdown. Phil, they have the lead now here late in the second thanks to that touchdown, and they should have it, in fact, when we go to the intermission.
Oh, now you're seeing the future, huh? So you know those things. No, I'm just kidding, of course, Jim. Like to have a little fun with you every once in a while. But, hey, nice drive by the offense. That puts them in a great frame of mind going into halftime here soon.
The Seahawks are set to return the kickoff. Baldwin's got it on the fair catch as the offense heads out now.
The Seahawks offense heading back onto the field to start the drive after the result of their last possession was a touchdown. You think they've got another one in them, partner?
Oh, I absolutely do. I mean, just look at it. They got a good football team. The quarterback has great confidence and talent, and you put those things together, that makes you good. It makes you dangerous, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him march down there again.
Hardy's the one who made the big stop.
Not only does he know the situation, when you have the football in your hands, you want to get out of bounds to stop the clock. But I'm sure the quarterback in the huddle, before he called the play, said, look, if you get a chance, get out of bounds. The chance was there. Big mistake.
So they get to the quarterback on that last play. Third down coming up.
We got to give that defensive front a lot of credit, man. They are pushing. They're getting after it. They know it's probably going to be a pass on third down, and they get back to the quarterback and take him down.
Let's see what he can do here. Brought down at the 41-yard line. And that's going to do it for the first half. We'll be back from the Emerald City to start the second half in Seattle after the break.
With this kick, the second half is underway.
And he's met head-on right there at the 20.
The Cowboys offense takes the field. Let's see if this momentum can carry over from the first half, because they have been brilliant to this point, partner.
Yeah, a lot of things changed in that locker room at halftime. You know, you might feel good about what you've done. Of course, you got to realize the defense might be upset and is willing to come out here and take more chances in the second half.
Second down following the run. Gets the handle here. He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down.
Well, the defense, they give up a first down there. They're behind. They just can't sit back there and keep bending. You got to take some chances. Go on the offensive, on the defensive side, and just make things happen.
McFadden lines up in the backfield. Now 1st and 10. Here's the handoff to Darren McFadden. Now the offense in their hurry-up.
Let's go.
The Cowboys snap it at the 31. Jason Witten with the grab. And he's tackled down after picking up the first.
The Cowboys offense has been tough today. They are fighting out there on the field. That's a nice job picking up that first down. It's been fun to watch. They got a small lead here in the second half. We'll see if that first down can lead them to a score.
They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. Handoff. Slashes to the left side. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
Romo's setting up now in the pistol. They motion the receiver around to the other side. Second and 3. Here's the handoff. Searching for space to the right. And it's Earl Thomas who brought him down that time.
If you're running back in this league and you pick up first downs and you don't fumble the football, I promise you one thing, you're going to get more carries.
Trying to trick them here with the Wildcat formation. The Cowboys will take the snap from the 40. Avril's all over that offense and brings him down.
The Seahawks defensive coordinator, my gosh, he is one happy guy. Anytime you get in the backfield and stop a runner and make him lose yards, that's some good stuff.
That's second down coming up. Darren McFadden will run with it. Tackle made by Bennett that time.
Great situation to be in for the defense right here. It's third long, and even though their team is losing the game, you can get after the quarterback and hope you can find a way to force a turnover.
The line of scrimmage is at the 40.
Third and 10. Romo to Witten. And it's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to fourth down.
You know, as a quarterback, sometimes you got to trust that arm and throw the football past the first down marker. There were guys open, but no, he takes the safe route, throws it short, defense makes the tackle, and here we are staring at a fourth down.
Here comes the wide receiver in motion.
They're changing things here. The quarterback changing. He's giving the receiver some new instructions.
Gavin Escobar has the catch.
Oh, we got us a nice drive going here, Jim. Another first down. They are just making one solid play after another and just marching down the field.
Mounting a serious drive. The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion. Out of the eye. Here's the handoff. And they are in on McFadden.
Jim, the offensive coordinator's done a terrific job so far here today. He's got his team winning. They're in the red zone. Let's see how clever he's going to be on this call.
The final quarter underway now with this snap. He gets into the end zone, capping off the long run. Early in the fourth, and they look to have seized control of this one with that touchdown.
Well, I think they did. Now it's up to the defense. Go out there and shut the opponent's offense down. If you do that, this game is in the bag.
The Seahawks are in shape now to return the kick. Baldwin's going to test the coverage here. He's got a little bit of daylight here. A foot race to the end zone. Inside, and he's home for the touchdown.
Jim, we see it more and more these days. These kick returners, even when they catch the football in their own end zone, they're willing to bring it out. Why? Because they have confidence in the blocking, and they have a lot of confidence in their own ability.
they stop him from running it out to the 20. Mark him down at the 19. The Cowboys in quite a battle here in the fourth. The score's 28-21. Darren McFadden lined up in the backfield. First down at the 19.
And the give to Darren McFadden. And it'll be second down and 6 after the running play on first down. McFadden wide to the left. He's got a wide open alley.
The Cowboys have really been able to run the ball today. That's been a huge reason why they lead. McFadden's dominated on the ground.
There is nothing like dominating a football game physically. They have overwhelmed the defense, and a good job by the offensive coordinator managing this game today.
Here's the handoff, and they'll run it.
And he's brought to the ground.
He's up over 90 yards so far on the day.
The Cowboys' offensive line will be whooping it up tomorrow when they watch this play in the field room. What a good job by them. Excellent planning and awesome execution.
He'll get it again. McFadden left side.
Well, when you get inside the 20, Jim, sometimes it's hard to throw the football because the defense is not worried about defending the whole field. So that's a good, solid run. Picks up good yards on first down.
Get ready.
Second and goal from the 5. McFadden runs it in for the touchdown. That might have provided them with all the cushion they need to close this one out, Phil.
I think it did, Jim. This cushion is so big, if you and I were on the defensive side, I think we'd still be safe. That's how big it's got and how dominant a performance this has been by the team today.
Baldwin's running this one out.
Ball is out. A huge turn of events. The ball's going back the other way.
One of the reasons why you put all those fast guys on your kicking team, so when that football comes loose like it did then, your guys can react and recover the fumble.
First down at the 17.
Here's the handoff to Darren McFadden.
Breaking huddle and coming to the line at the 17-yard line.
McFadden solo back set.
Second and 10. Darren McFadden will run with it.
Right, able to read that play and make the hit.
They're going to the hurry. Back to the line now.
The Cowboys from the 22.
Intercepted. That brings the play to an end.
Wright's able to show off those great hands and picking off that pass from the linebacker position. What a job and what a pair of hands.
The Seahawks offense failed to muster a single first down the last time they had it. Let's see if their offense this time can create a few sparks.
Well, you know the coaches were upset at them when they went to the sideline, so the sense of urgency is there. You should be fired up, and I expect a better drive this time.
Incomplete. Almost going in the other direction. After the incomplete pass, it brings up second down. Quick drop back. Throws the pass. Following that incompletion, it sets up 3rd and 10.
And that pass is going out of bounds. Incomplete.
They bring back out the offense to go for it.
Wilson's ready for the snap. Empty backfield. Wilson's got it in the gun.
The Seahawks turn the ball over on downs.
It's 4th down. The offense is backed up in its own territory. The defense, they can't believe they're going to go for it, and they do. And the defense takes advantage of it and gets it done.
McFadden's lined up behind his quarterback as the single back. Not able to get away from Chancellor. Just 2 minutes left in this one now. Back in a moment.
Breaking huddle at the 14-yard line.
Three-step drop. Wagner with the sack.
What a good scheme that time by the defense. They confuse the offense. They blitz. They don't know who to pick up. And how about the defender? They must love this. Coming in free and gets a good clean shot on the QB and gets a sack.
3rd and forever. Pass is intercepted.
This defensive coordinator, he is one aggressive dude. He keeps going after this offense. And finally, he gets the interception inside their own 20-yard line and stops the offense from getting any points.
The defender able to knock it away.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit there, don't you, Jim? They are all over the receivers, all over the field, nowhere to throw it, and it just results in an incompletion.
The Seahawks line up, split backfield. 2nd down and 10. Looking to go deep. And it's incomplete.
Always protect against the deep ball first. That's what the defense did this time. They were alert. Nice job. The result, just a long incompletion.
3rd down and 10. Wilson's on the move. Greg Hardy rushes in and gets to the quarterback.
Well, that time the quarterback is sacked on the 3rd down, and that's, of course, that's bad. But the good thing is he did not try to force the football down the field and get the turnover.
Wilson's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Launches it down the field. The Seahawks turn the ball over on downs.
Got to give this secondary credit. In this passing league now, it's hard to make plays. But a good play there and another incomplete pass.
1st and goal. And the give to Darren McFadden.
Well, when you know you can win the game, but just running the football, then you just run the football. Take no chances. Keep 2 hands around it at all times, and don't worry about the extra yard.
2nd and goal from the 9. Loss of a couple that time. Sherman's all over the ball carrier.
Jim, I just want to say this to the quarterback. It's 3rd and goal. If the play's not there, throw it away. Do not force the action.
Third and forever. It's intercepted. Tackle's made.
Wonderful job by the defense that time. They stayed after it. And inside their own 20, they finally come up with the play. They get the interception, and they keep the other team from getting points on the board.
1st down. Pressure on every snap now. Surveys. Looking to go down the field here. And they can't connect.
These NFL receivers are so fast that you just got to get rid of that football and let it go. That time the quarterback waits a little too long, and he underthrows the receiver down the field.
And he's forced to the ground.
There's a couple ways to get to the quarterback. Run over the tackle or run around him. It doesn't matter as long as you get the sack.
One more play, and it's in the books. 3rd and 13. Wilson's going to take off with it. And his
as he's taken down. That's going to seal it, as they will not get another playoff in time.
Well, Phil, I enjoyed watching the game with you, and how about a final thought about that victory?
Well, you know, Jim, I wish I could say the same, that I enjoyed spending these last 3 hours with you, but that's just not the case. But no, just kidding, of course. Nice win. They got to feel good about what they've done and celebrate a little tonight.
I think I'll see you next week, maybe. For Phil Simms and all the crew at EA Sports, Jim Nantz saying so long for now.